This should be fun. Hey, what's up, guys? So the Whistler Pro-3700 just arrived in the mail today. This weekend, I'm going to be doing some custom installed radar detectors or testing. So we've got the Stinger VIP, Net Radar DSP, Redenso RCM, and the Escort Max CI3. The custom installed ones, and I also want to test against some of the other ones that sometimes people ask about but aren't necessarily tested as often. So for example, I've got the Whistler Pro-3700, which I want to go ahead and just do a quick unboxing of. I'm kind of working on other stuff right now, and so I figured I'd take a quick break from editing videos and just hop on and do a live video of an unboxing, which is kind of nice because you guys get to see as well while I open it up. I've got my stuff here ready for testing that we'll go ahead and fire it up. Got a radar gun, we'll trigger it. And then once this is done, I don't have to actually edit anything. I just log off and I can get back to editing and this video is already up. So anyway, let's go ahead and open this one up. I've also got the K40 RL360Di coming in. So I'll be testing that one on radar. Laser testing is going to be next weekend. And then I've also got the adaptive TPX coming in. So that's the motorcycle specific radar detector. Tons of you guys have been asking about that, and I don't ride motorcycles, but figured they actually contacted me recently to test their system. And so I'm doing testing anyway, so we'll test that one out too. So that's something, that's basically this weekend's plan. But as far as this one, before we open it up, what it is essentially, it's a custom installed version of the Whistler CR93. Obviously the interface is going to be a little bit different, but the performance and everything and the features should otherwise be the same. So performance, again, it's CR93, so it's not going to be that great. BSM filtering, not necessarily the greatest either, but the thing about this detector, $350 on Amazon. It's cheap. When you start looking at the good custom installed units, you're well into the 4 digits. You know, I think the cheapest one is a Net Radar DSP, which is like $500 or something, but you have to get the ALP to go with it, so you're already into the thousands. So anyway, very inexpensive custom installed detector. So that's, I guess, why I want to test this one. The rear antenna, if you want to get it, to get arrows is like $100. So $450 for arrows, so really cheap. But anyway, throw it in the test because let's test everything, you know? So anyway, with that said, let's go ahead and just start unboxing this. So I'll try to do it on camera, even though it's a little awkward. Looks like we've got, oh, okay. This is cool. I literally haven't even opened it up yet, so you guys are seeing along with me. So we've got the interface module, basically the brains, the maximum performance antenna with laser. Looks like we got a speaker, an alert LED, and I guess the cable for plugging the antenna into the CPU. Let's see how this pops out. Oh, cool. Okay, so we've got everything in here. So start setting it aside and taking a look at what we've got. So first things first, it looks like we've got the antenna. Everything comes in its own little plastic bag. So let's see, Whistler, it's got the FCC ID and everything. Let's take off plastic covering. Feels pretty light. There is a laser detector right there as well, which is kind of cool to see. Hopefully it shows up on camera. You guys can see. So we've got the laser detector and of course the radar horn, kind of the rounded thing right there. So hey, what's up, Jag? Thanks, by the way, for the laser guns. Jag's actually hooking me up with some of the laser guns that I need for next weekend's testing. So thank you. Let's see. Yeah, and you guys are saying, oh, Whistler, it sucks. And it's like, I'm not expecting much, but the whole point is like to understand all of this stuff and see how everything compares. It's easy to just say it sucks, but like, how does the performance actually compare? Do we get twice the range? Is it easy to get instant owned? Is the range good enough or not? It's, again, $350. So I'm not expecting much, but for somebody who's on a tighter budget, let's actually get some concrete data as far as what the performance is like. So that's really the point of doing all this. It's like the Dragon I just arrived. Thank you, I appreciate that. So it looks like we've got the CPU itself. So we'll open this one up next. Alrighty, so here is a look at the CPU. It's pretty tiny and pretty light as well. On the back, it's got, I guess, a serial number, the Pro-3700 IF, maybe interface box, made in the Philippines, and we've got our power cable. Looks like it is marked pretty well. The red one should be power and black should be ground, which is nice. Something, by the way, that I'm going to be doing for testing is I've made a couple of these. So cigarette lighter power cable, so I can plug right into my car, and then boom, I can connect right to the power and ground for the custom installed ones. I just use these alligator clips, and let's see, here's the red. So red to red, black to black, and boom, I now have my power, and I'm just gonna like cover them up so I don't short anything. So quick and easy temporary power for temporary installation for testing. So fun little thing here, which I'll use in just a minute to power it up. But anyway, looking at the CPU, what all have we got? Looks like we got our USB here, which I presume is for updates, GPS antenna. The GPS, by the way, let's see, I don't think it's included, but if you want it, it's $51. That's cool. The rear antenna, it's just over 100. So we've got auxiliary. I'm not sure if that's laser or whatever. Have to read the manual. I haven't done that yet. So we've got our display, radar detectors, I guess front and rear, voice, which I guess is speaker, and alert LED. So cool. Got that. And we got a whole bunch of different just bags full of cables and stuff. So let's get everything opened up. I guess one of the downsides of doing this live instead of doing it as an edited one is like I can't just chop out these sections. You actually have to sit here and open everything. But anyway, here's the speaker. Looks like they're using this RJ11 4-pin. It's like 6 connectors available, but 4-pin, whatever. Anyway, we've got our speaker right here, and this is interesting. There's actually a little clip. So if you wanted to, you could attach your speaker to your shirt like this, and now I can have this announcing every time I detect Ka band. Anyway, this is kind of interesting. I guess you could attach it to your vehicle without, I don't know, another alternate. Usually you're using like double stick tape or magnets or something. It's kind of interesting to see this clip. I've never seen it done this way. So that's something new. What else have we got? More cabling. Get this all out of the way. Looks like we've got cable probably for the radar detector. Looks like we've got push connectors here. They're not twist locked, but it looks like they are weather sealed. Where's the arrows? There we go. So I don't want to, yeah, that looks right. But so push connectors and boom, there's a somebody saying visor clip. Anyway, so we've got our waterproof push connectors. Looks like we've got another rubber piece right here. So if you go through the firewall, it kind of seals up the hole. So that's a nice touch. All right, and next up, let's get to the display. To figure out a way to, well, display all this stuff once we get it powered up here in a minute. So here is the display. Something that I thought was kind of cool. The display, I've seen pictures of it online, and it's designed so it can be mounted in your car horizontally or vertically. And it's got a couple buttons here. So let's see, we've got our power button, dark button, I guess for display brightness, quiet, which I guess is mute, and then city mode. Sorry, the lighting kind of sucks. Here, I'll do this. Maybe you can see. I'll have to just, is it going to focus? Maybe kind of. And then city mode, just for our, city highway sensitivity adjustments and whatnot. But this too, display, they put little labels here on the tags. It says DISP for display. So that's nice. Just makes it easier to tell what goes where. Whistler is overpriced and updates take forever. I don't know if $350 could be considered overpriced. I mean, Rodenso is what, like $1,800 or something? That's for 2 antennas. I think one antenna is like $1,500. Escort's $2,000. So again, $350, just to put it into context here. So let's see. We've also got, what is this, the manual? Oh, the alert LED. Might as well pull this out too and just have it lighting up. Oops, little rubber piece here. Oh, this could be kind of nice. I guess this tucks into it. Maybe like this or something. Not sure what this little round rubber piece is for. And then just some like mounting brackets and zip ties. We've got some washers and screws and more zip ties and whatnot. And then of course, documentation and manuals. So, and then it's bilingual. So I'm assuming English and Spanish. It's kind of interesting that they advertise bilingual on the box. That's like a big selling point. So, si tú hablas español, you can get a Pro-3700. Okay, so there's a detector. Let's go ahead and just start powering it up and getting it up and running. So we'll do our power last, but we'll just do kind of a goofball install. So LED, plug it in, display. Hopefully they make this part pretty easy. I'm assuming radar 1 is going to be for the front antenna and radar 2 is going to be for the rear antenna. Let's see, it looks like we need the cable for that. So we're going to have to plug in the front antenna here. And it's nice they have, I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but you can see right about there, there's arrows that help you align. You can see right there where my fingers are. Maybe it's kind of blurry, but there's 2 arrows that help you align it. Anyway, get it pushed in. Come on. This is a little bit difficult. Hopefully that's connected. I don't know, that's kind of tough. 1 second. Ah, there we go. It takes a fair amount of pressure, but I got them pushed together, and that should be good. So let's go ahead and plug in our. So we're going to do radar 1. Let's see, we don't have GPS, not doing USB, voice, so we need the speaker. Let's grab that with our chest clip. There's voice, and then I guess power, and that's it, and we're up and running. So here, I'm going to unspool the display so at least we can take a look at that. Let's get this disconnected. Yeah, hook it to your shirt. Yeah, I'm not gonna hook it to my shirt. It should be loud enough, hopefully, so you guys are gonna be able to see it. But I'll hold this, and I got the radar gun. So let's get our power going next. It's all twist ties here on the cable, so it makes them pretty easy to pull off. All right, that's our power cables. So we're gonna do red to red. Make sure nothing accidentally touches. I don't want to short anything. I do have fuse here just in case, but better to not mess anything up on live camera. All right. Okay, there's my ground. Powers are good, and go down here and plug it in. All right, it's plugged in. Hit power. Hey, what do you know? It's booting up. Super quiet. I don't know where my volume adjustments are, but sorry, that's not even on camera. TFSR, FDSR, and we're in highway mode. Let's see. Auto quiet. I can adjust the brightness of everything. It's interesting, 73 degrees. It's got a thermometer in it. That's kind of cool. Here, I think I need to read the manual. I'm not sure where the volume is, so my apologies. Just a minute. I got to figure out how this works. So this is looks like installation, user manual. So the other one is for using it. So just a moment. Audio level adjustment. Move the volume control on the voice module. On the voice module. I don't know where that is. I have no idea. Where's the voice? Anybody have a Pro-3700 and know where the voice module is? What does it say? The voice. Okay, so the voice module is the speaker. Oh, okay. I figured. So it's actually on the speaker itself, which is interesting. So I guess the speaker, maybe that's why they have the clip here, because usually the speaker is installed somewhere hidden. Like I've got mine kind of underneath my stereo back behind the plastic panel, so you don't actually see any of them. And this one, it looks like right here, I guess that's what this is. There's a little rotating knob for the volume. So I guess this has to literally be mounted on the outside or somewhere accessible so that you can hear it. Let's fire up the radar gun real quick, and let's see how it alerts. Not going to alert to KA.
KA band.
Took a while. Maybe it's overdriving because that took a while. Okay, here, let's give it a second again, and I'm just going to re-trigger this. That was a while. Let's see. All right, 1, 2, 3.
KA band.
That's not good. Okay, so I think that's just overdriving. I've seen weird stuff where the radar gun is like mounted in like when you're shooting stuff in a house because the signal is actually going to bounce around the house and stuff. So I don't think that's going to be normal to have a 10-second delay or whatever that was. I don't think that's the fault of the Whistler. I think that's just the fault of my testing setup, aka shooting a radar gun here in the living room. So that's a little awkward, but okay, sorry. I'm not trying to make it look bad or anything, I swear. That's just unbox it, and there you go. So I'm sure in the real world, it's like actually going to perform better. But anyway, okay. What else is there to take a look at? We can go through some of the menu options, I guess. Hopefully this shows up and it's in focus. Let's see, what have we got?
City. City 1. City 2.
Highway mode, okay. So we've got quiet.
Auto quiet.
That thermometer thing, it's kind of cool. I mean, I know a lot of people have like a thermometer in your car, but if you don't, it's kind of nice that maybe by default, instead of saying auto or something, which isn't necessarily that useful, it gives you a temperature reading, which is kind of nice. I guess there's a thermometer in the radar detector's antenna or something. I'm not sure where it is. Maybe it's in the CPU, but that's actually kind of a cool idea. I do like that. So 1 second. I need to, I guess, read the manual and learn more about it, figure out how this works. Okay. So there's a couple options here. So you can have it display, looks like the heading goes north, south, east, or west. If you've got the GPS in there, looks like you've got the thermometer, voltage, and the time. I'm assuming that's also GPS as well. That's kind of cool. Understanding the display, error messages. Yeah. Oh, there's an ice warning when the temperature drops below 32 degrees. So that's kind of cool. It can even say freezing temperatures. So interesting. Where do you get into the, okay, so here is the mounting option. So you can have it mounted horizontally, upside down, or vertically. Select options, select mode, or refer to option select mode, change display viewing. Okay, so how do you get into the menu? There's got to be a way to get in. Anybody know like how to get into the menu? There's not an actual menu button, but it's probably like pressing 2 buttons at the same time or something, and it gets you into the menu. So I've got to figure that out. But as far as what this is, I think I mentioned it at the beginning. It's a remote version of the CR93. It's not the CR97. It's based on the same platform as the CR93. So it's not going to be Whistler's newest technology with their best performance. It's kind of the previous top of the line, which hasn't tested that great before in the past. But it's cool to see that there's an inexpensive version of a custom installed detector for people, you know, if you want one. Safety warning system. That's cool. So it's got SWS, which you don't need. Laser windows. Okay, so it's got all the different options here as far as stuff. Oh, polyphonists. Hope I said that right. How much research do you do on the operation and performance of these units before you start reviewing and testing for yourself? Usually a lot, as far as just learning about it in general, see what kind of platform they're using under the hood, what features are out there, maybe reading other people's reviews, just kind of skimming over it to get a sense of the basic idea and performance and whatnot. At this point, I've got a general idea of most of the radar detectors, so I don't have to necessarily do a ton of research. It's not like I'm starting from scratch. And so I've got an idea of like, okay, this is a CR93, for example, right? Okay, I've tested one, I've got mine downstairs or something. So I'm familiar with the detector and the features and operation. It's just like learning now the interface and like, you know, where's the volume knob and stuff. It's more of that kind of stuff. Usability, I guess, getting into it. So where is the menu? I apologize, guys. I'm literally just doing this from scratch. It showed up earlier today and I'm like, all right, let's do an unboxing video, totally unplanned. And I have no idea how you get into the menu. Yeah, the difference between this one, there's also the Pro-3600. If you look online, that's the equivalent of the CR90. This is the CR93. And so this one adds, they kind of say it on the box, it's the FDSR feature. Where is it? The false alert detection system. It says right there. So that's basically when it's seeing a BSM in a way that could prevent it from properly seeing a legitimate K-band source, it can actually let you know that there's a BSM that's kind of conflicting with the detector and sort of hindering its operation. It's not filtering them out. It's just letting you know there's something more going on here. That was added with the CR93 over the CR90, but otherwise the performance and everything should be the same. I'm going to just start pressing buttons. It's got to be something where you like press and hold 2 buttons.
X-band. K-band.
I found the demo.
K-A-band. Laser. Highway advisory. Highway hazard. Weather hazard. Travel advisory. Vehicle in transit. Caution. X-band. K-band.
Turn it down a little bit.
A-band.
Okay, stop.
Laser.
Stop.
Highway advisory.
Stop. Okay, there we go. So I guess I found the demo option. You could see what the X-band and K-band and laser and all that stuff sounds like. Let's see, how do I get to no GPS? Oops, I'm powering it off. So maybe this. How do you get into the menu? At least it's loud. Yeah, I've got the microphone right over here and the speaker's kind of close, so turned it down. Sorry if I bursted anybody's head drums. I apologize for that. Let's see. So there's got to be operation. Understanding the display. Auto quiet modes. Power on and self-test. To turn it off, all features are selected. Press quiet to engage quiet mode. Press city mode to switch city modes. Highway mode. Understanding the display. Where is the menu? I'm going to have to figure this out, of course, before testing so I can go and dial it in. I feel like this is kind of awkward because I'm trying to figure out how to get into the menu and I don't know how to do it. So this is the kind of stuff I like doing not live because I can kind of go in and figure the stuff out and then I'm like, oh, here's how you get into the menu. You press these buttons. But what's really going on between or before the videos, or sometimes I'll stop the video because I'm like, wait, I don't know how to do something. So I have to actually figure it out. And then once we get to the video, you can actually be like, okay, so you get into the menu by pressing this button. Now that did the demo thing. No GPS. Okay, sorry. I don't know how to get in the menu. I'll figure it out later before the actual testing. So anyway, here's a look at the detector. It's the display and I guess the controller. It's in one interface, kind of like the Redenso. So a lot of people like that instead of having two separate ones. It's kind of wider this way. It's maybe as wide as a Stinger VIP display, but obviously a lot shorter this way. It's maybe a centimeter thick or so. So it is pretty small. It's got a red LED display. There's no OLED, so no worrying about burn-in or anything. It's very similar to like the maybe Escort Redline or RX65. It's kind of the red LED, 9500IX, that kind of thing. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. So got it powered on, just got to figure out now how to use it for testing purposes. I'll just kind of stick it into my grill and have this in the cabin and this as well so we can see it and hear it on camera and get a sense for its range. This whole range thing, I'm going to try this again. All right, trigger pull, 1, 2, 3. This is really weird. It's got to do better in real life when it's coming across an actual radar gun. Still got the trigger pulled. If I rotate, let's do anything. There it goes. Oh, we've got our alert LED over here. Oops, alert again. Trying to get it to re-alert, sorry. But this thing was actually glowing green, so I guess something else to show. But anyway, not too much. Oh, there we go. Hopefully that shows up. Cool. So anyway, that's it. Super basic and quite honestly, kind of a lousy video. I'm sorry. But anyway, I just wanted to hop on and give you guys a quick update as far as radar detectors are arriving. When I'm new to them, obviously I still got to figure out all this stuff and figure out how to use it. I can go out now and just make sure this fits into my grill, go and insert it. Got a laser pulse. Sometimes I do get laser pulses on stuff. If I point it at like a TV or a computer, different stuff can cause laser pulses. So that happens. But anyway, now that it's here, time to start getting familiar with it. Oh, here we go. Nick, page 19 of the manual. Press and hold the quiet button to enter option select mode. Thank you. You were awesome, Nick. I appreciate that. Let's try that real quick. Press and hold quiet.
Menu.
There we go. Okay. XK filter. KA filter. Test mode. Radar 1, yes. Radar 2, no. Okay, so I guess you can turn the different antennas on and off. Beer can 75. Do an R7 laser test when you have time. No. Check my R7 FAQ video. I talk about that specifically, and there's reasons why I'm not planning on doing that. But I do have laser jamming testing coming next weekend, and that one I will be doing a lot of testing with. Temperature, that's cool. Voltage, yes. X-band on. Let's So if we can turn our bands on and off here, K-band normal, let's set like, I can go forward and backwards through the menu. So here's KA band normal, KA off, KA max. Is there max ID? There is, KA max ID. So there we go. Go through the menu, laser normal. We got our laser segmentation options in a sense. Choose what frequency range is 2600 to 3000 pulses per second. So it's kind of cool with Whistler. You can choose what pulse rate you want the detectors to alert you to or not. So kind of like band segmentation, but for laser. Cool idea. Laser XR, no, not sure what that one is. VG2 alerting, I could grab my VG2 and try that. It's kind of cool. Let's see, SR off, pop off, RMP standard, probably ramp up or something. Different tones, customizable alert tones. Voice English, N, Spanish, English. Okay. Let's see. S belt. I guess there's a seat belt reminder or something. Interesting. B SVR 6. Not sure what that is. LED blink. We do LED on, LED off. Okay. LED green, yellow, red, and green. Okay, so you can even customize the LED alert color, I guess, to match your vehicle's interior or something. It's kind of nice. Let's see. SEC LED, secure LED or something. Not sure. DSP normal. Oh, display. Got it reverse and display vertical. Sorry, I know that's not quite in focus. You probably can't see it that well. But yeah, you can actually do a vertical mount here. That's kind of cool. So you can flip the display. That's pretty nifty. I'm guessing it's not detectable. No, the CR93 we could pick up like a mile away. And because it's the CR93, it should be the same thing. So this is definitely not a stealth detector for you guys that are wondering. TFSR, FDSR, here's the new feature here compared to the Pro-3600, the previous version of this detector. GPS, local 5, I guess our time zone stuff. Daylight savings time, clock, alarm set to off. Yeah, this is not a good choice for Virginia. Let's see, rest off. Not sure what that is. Maybe a rest reminder. Compass, voice. So I got it set to no right now. Speed, miles per hour. There's quite a few options here. I guess overspeed alert. Auto quiet speed, which I think is the low speed muting. AF speed. Forget what that one is for. H speed. Odometer. Can actually keep track of how many miles you drive with it, which is kind of nifty. Elapsed time, maybe. ET. RAD 400. Oh, I think that's like GPS alert radius or something. D RAD. Delete all, or RAD delete. And then back to XK filter. So, okay, there's, I guess, a run through with the options. Hey, thanks again, Nick, for letting me know how to get into the menu. And I'll have to read up on this a little bit and just kind of refresh my memory on the options, the settings, filtering options, and the best way to run it for testing and whatnot. But missed whether it had lockouts. It does not have lockouts. It does have low speed muting. It does not have GPS lockouts. So that's kind of one of the issues that I see with the detector. So people wanting like a cheap detector with lockouts. I mean, the DFR7 you can get now for $129. I've got a link on my website. If you go just on the right-hand side, you'll find it. So if you want lockouts for cheap, I mean, DFR7 is $129. DFR9, I think, no, it's, what day is it? Thursday? I think today you can still get it. It's like $195. So there's deals on that one, but those are the least expensive lockout ones. If you want a custom install detector with lockouts, the cheapest one would be the NetRadar DSP if you pair it with your phone with Bluetooth and all. So that would be the cheapest way to get it as far as a custom install detector. But no, this one does not have lockouts, but it does have low speed muting, which is also very helpful. But anyway, I guess that's it for now. So thanks so much for tuning in. Back to video editing for me. I'm surprised this video went half an hour long. You're asking, what are you guys testing for laser next week? ALP triple with 3 regular heads, ALP triple with 2 regular and 1 TX. I've got Perspex covers on the front of my car, so I'm going to test with and without Perspex for the ALP, but most of the jammers will be run without the Perspex covers. See if that makes a difference. I'm testing a TMG triple, testing Escort Max CI 360 triple. I'm testing the Stinger laser jammer fibers. I've got an upcoming laser jammer. Well, it's a production one for one that's going to be announced, I think, next week. I'm going to be testing that one as well. I've got the K40 diffuser optics, set of triples for that one. What else have I got on laser? I think that's it. So a lot of different laser jammers. As far as laser guns, I want to do Custom Pro Laser 3, True Speed S, Stalker XLR, and at least like 3 different variants of the Dragon Eye. So Dragon Eye Compact, Dragon Eye Speedlighter, different firmware versions, different build dates. Because with Dragon Eye, it's not like the Dragon Eye. There's many, many different versions. So just because you can handle one version doesn't mean you can handle other ones. And so I want to do multiple different variants of the Dragon Eye. ALP triple with vertical heads. I will not be testing vertical heads because mine are now pretty much permanently installed in my car and they are not adjustable in any way. So I'm going to be testing with just, well, fixed triples. If you've seen the pictures of my car with the install on my Q5, they're pretty much embedded at the grill at this point. They are not removable or adjustable. So I'm not doing vertical installs. But somebody else could test that, and I'm sure you could find testing with vertical installs on the forums. But yeah, that should be a pretty solid day of testing. Ideally, the way that I want to do that one is get maybe 2 different shooters on both sides just to save time, is like to drive back and forth. So one direction shooting against one gun, turn around, drive the other direction and shooting against another gun. So pretty much testing both directions instead of like, you know, drive this way, get shot, turn around, go back to the beginning of the course, turn around, get shot again, because half the testing is just going back and forth, right? So I want to like pretty much double up testing both directions just to cut the testing time almost in half. So a lot of testing stuff to come. Laser is going to be next weekend, but this weekend is going to be the radar detectors, custom installed radar detectors. So all these ones verse 33.8, 35.5, and 34.7. So should be a busy weekend. And on that note, time to wrap up this video and get back to finishing up editing the Blackview DR900S versus ThinkWare Q800 Pro versus, was it GoPro? My brain is kind of fried right now. GoPro Hero 7 Black. So I shot that video yesterday. I've got the main track laid down. Now I'm just overlaying all the B-roll, putting all the sample footage in, collecting more shots that I need to get to show different things that I'm talking about and all that. So anyway, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I know this video probably kind of sucked. Sorry, but I guess better than not doing a video at all. I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.